too. "Come on, Charlie, it was just an exercise," Parker Armstrong said. "The whole point was for you to make things as difficult for Sean as possible. Really test the guy out." I remembered my fake mini-hysteria, the deliberate inaction that had stuck in my craw to maintain. I looked down at the coffee cup clasped between my tense fingers. "Well, I did that all right." My boss's smile was dust dry. "I'll bet. But Sean passed the course, top 10%. I remembered the shots that had threaded through the crowd. That they'd been accurate was not the point. Collateral damage was not supposed to figure in our line of work. Yeah, but before, we both know Sean would have been in the top 2%, easy. Before. It was how we'd taken to referring to Sean's near-fatal shooting and the resultant coma that had locked him down for nearly 4 months. Before he'd nearly died, and then come back to us changed, not just physically and mentally, but emotionally too. Before the part of him I knew, the part that really knew me, had died, in a way. It's only been 5 months since he woke up, and he's still past fit, Charlie. That's impressive, by anyone's standards. I hunched my shoulders. You didn't see him, Parker, the way he looked at me, and the way he didn't. Parker leaned forward on my sofa, elbows resting on his knees, and pinned me with a level gaze. There's no point in taking a stress-under-fire course unless it lives up to its name. Your job was to drive him hard, to look for the cracks. His voice softened sympathetically. Nobody escapes unscathed, Charlie. That's the point of it. Sure, it was never going to be a cakewalk for either of you, but I knew no one else would push him harder. You're the one who knows him best. I knew him best, I corrected. But that's not true anymore. We sat there in the high-ceilinged living room of the New York City apartment. Parker looked at home there, but his family owned the building, so I suppose he had every right. He'd offered it to us at a ridiculously subsidized rent as part of the relocation package that had tempted Sean and me away from the UK in the first place. Otherwise, there was no way we could have afforded to rent within sight of Central Park, even if you did practically have to stand on a chair to see the greenery. I glanced up, found him still watching me. There was something both soothing and unnerving about Parker's calm silence. The old Sean would never have let them shoot me in the chest, I said at last. It sounded almost plaintive. Parker smiled more fully then. It transformed his rather somber face, took half a decade off his age. Come on, Charlie. Tony's been waiting to get his own back ever since you shot him in the balls last year. I felt a sheepish grin of my own rise up. Hey, that was just his bad luck. I was aiming for low-center body mass, like he advocates, the most static part of a moving target. He should be thankful we weren't using live rounds. As should you, he said. How are the ribs? Black and blue, thanks. Yeah, those sims sting like a bastard, don't they? The simunitions training rounds used on the SUF course were designed to give participants a nasty and painful reminder of the consequences faced in the field. Heavy or protective clothing was disallowed by the instructors, so there was nothing to lessen the impact. As with the real thing, nobody wanted to take a hit. The Sims had the advantage that they could be fired from a replacement barrel in the shooter's own weapon. They were the most realistic training round I'd encountered, short of live ammunition.